In 2 Corinthians 4:17-18 it says, "For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, for the things which are not seen are eternal." Paul called our afflictions light. No affliction seems light, nor is it painless. Paul, above all people, had suffered through countless afflictions, even to the point of death. He had suffered through more than any of us have experienced, but yet he called them light afflictions. How was he able to endure? By trusting God, and his faith was in God. In 2 Corinthians 1:9-10 he says, "But we had the sentence of death in ourselves, that we should not trust in ourselves, but in God, which raises the dead, who delivered us from so great a death, and doth deliver, in whom we trust that he will yet deliver us." Paul's focus was on future glory. He focused on the unseen things which are eternal. That's how he was able to endure, trusting God and with the spirit of faith. In Romans 8:11 it tells us, "But if the spirit of him that raiseth up Jesus from the dead dwell in you, he that raiseth up Christ from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his spirit that dwelleth in you." And Romans 8:18 says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." This is the whole point in this scripture in Romans. The things we suffer now are light in comparison to the eternal weight of glory that awaits us. The material things which are seen in this world, riches, possessions, pleasures, are temporary and quickly fade away. The word look in 2 Corinthians 4:18 means to care about or have a regard to these things. The light afflictions, the struggles we endure, cannot do the work God intended for it to accomplish within us if we look at these temporary things. The unseen things works for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. What does that mean? The afflictions we have now are temporary and light. Even though outwardly we are dying, our physical bodies are temporary. Inwardly, we are being renewed daily. Our resurrected bodies are eternal. The afflictions are nothing compared to the glory of a resurrected life and eternal salvation. When we set our eyes and hearts on the unseen things, these light afflictions are able to freely work within us for our good. Even the afflictions we endure are but for a time, neither do these last forever, but the good that is wrought within us is eternal. We're not to overthink our afflictions or ponder on them too much, because the outcome of doing that is depression, impatience, complaining, and unbelief. We are to look to Jesus, who reminds us that he is there in the midst of them with us. We find that keeping our focus on Jesus, that our hearts and minds seek him all the more. He encourages, comforts, lifts up, and guides us through our afflictions, helping us keep the right attitude, keeping our hope and faith high. This, in turn, reminds us to keep looking at the things that aren't seen, eternal salvation, resurrected bodies, and the things that await us in glory, the things that last forever, eternal things. Something to think about. Just my thoughts.